Hi, I'm Rishi. Welcome back to my YouTube astrology channel. A lot of people wrote into me on my Facebook page, Rishi Vedic Astrology, and asked me to do an analysis of the horoscope of Mr. Mukesh Ambani. And since I value all the opinions of everyone on my page as well as everyone subscribed to this channel, I decided now to study the horoscope of the richest man of India. They say that Kuber is the god of wealth. They also say that when Kuber is in need of finance, he calls up Mukesh Ambani for help. What makes this man so rich and successful? What are the features in his horoscope that speak of such opulence and prosperity? Let's find out. Mr. Ambani is born under the sign of Scorpio. Mars is the lord of the ascendant and is placed in the 7th house of the horoscope, aspecting the ascendant. Whenever the ascendant lord is positioned in or aspects the ascendant, the horoscope immediately gains a lot of strength. Mars is sitting in its own nakshatra, giving it a tremendous amount of power and potency. Mars is the planet of courage, willpower, discipline, energy. Mr. Ambani is a man of extraordinary discipline and determination, and this can be seen by the placement and nature of Mars in his horoscope. Mars also aspects the birth position of Moon in this horoscope. Moon is the lord of destiny and is sitting in the house of wealth. Whenever a strong relationship forms between the lord of the ascendant and the lord of destiny, the horoscope becomes very powerful. And in this case, this relationship is not just forming, but forming in the 2nd house of the horoscope. And as we all know, the 2nd house of the horoscope is the house of wealth. So this immediately indicates the presence of great wealth in the chart. The lord of the 2nd house is Jupiter, and Jupiter is placed in the 10th house of the horoscope, the house of profession. More importantly, the nakshatra lord of the 2nd house is Ketu, and Moon, the lord of destiny, sitting in the 2nd house, is also positioned in the nakshatra of Ketu. Ketu is a divine planet and is indicative of great spiritual blessings. Its control over the house of wealth and the lord of destiny sitting in the house of wealth indicates that the riches earned by this horoscope are the product of divine blessings and very strong karma from past lives. And where is Ketu positioned in this chart? The controller of wealth and riches of this horoscope is sitting in the 6th house of the horoscope. In fact, when you look at this horoscope, you can see that there is a large cluster of planets in the 6th house of the horoscope. I've spoken about this on many occasions. Every planet sitting in the 6th house gives great results. Mr. Ambani has Ketu, Mercury, Sun and Venus in the 6th house. The 6th house is the house from where one's enemies and competition can be seen. All of these planets sitting in the 6th house help Mr. Ambani gain success in competition and victory over his opponents. Having so many planets here immediately tells us that this horoscope is going to rise to great heights and will gain incredible success through competition, not just inheritance. Ketu, the controller of wealth in this horoscope, is sitting in the 6th house and is sitting in the nakshatra of Sun. Sun is the lord of the 10th house of profession and is placed in the 6th house in the nakshatra of Ketu. Ketu is in the nakshatra of Sun and Sun is in the nakshatra of Ketu. This is a very powerful connection between profession, wealth and success through competition. Venus, another planet in the 6th house and the planet connected most strongly with luxury, riches and opulence, is also sitting in the nakshatra of Ketu. So all the planets connected with money, profession, luxury, competition are controlled by Ketu, which is very, very powerful besides being very significant in the horoscope. Oh, one more thing. The 6th house, where all these very powerful combinations are forming, is itself in the nakshatra of Ketu as well. I had mentioned that Jupiter is the sign lord of the 2nd house, the house of wealth, and is sitting in the 10th house of profession. Jupiter is sitting in the nakshatra of Sun, the lord of profession, and we've already seen that Sun is sitting in the nakshatra of Ketu. But what gives Ketu even more power over profession and wealth is the fact that the 10th house itself is in the nakshatra of Ketu. In fact, Ketu is the nakshatra lord of the 2nd house, the 6th house and the 10th house. All of these houses are connected to competition, money, wealth, profession, And each of these houses is fifth from the other. They are trine houses from each other. And all of them are controlled by Ketu, which, sitting in the sixth house, in the nakshatra of the 10th Lord Sun, is as powerful as it can possibly be. Another factor to consider is that Jupiter, which is the sign lord of the house of wealth, and therefore strongly connected to wealth, is also the nakshatra lord of the Lagna, and therefore functions in some way as the owner of this chart. This Jupiter is also the nakshatra lord of the 5th house of luck and the 9th house of destiny. So there is another trine ownership forming over here. The 1st, 5th and 9th nakshatra lord is the same and is Jupiter, the lord of wealth, sitting in the house of profession, strongly benefiting profession. The major period or Mahadasha that Mr. Ambani is running right now is the Rahu Mahadasha. And on August 21st, 2019, Mr. Ambani's Rahu Mahadasha will end and the Mahadasha of Jupiter will start. This is huge. Because Jupiter is a very, very powerful planet for Mr. Ambani, and as I've already discussed, is going to give him very good results. It's the nakshatra lord of the 1st, the 5th and the 9th house, and it is very powerfully related to profession and money. That simply means Mr. Ambani's best period is still ahead of him. I don't know if this is humanly possible, but he will become even stronger and even more powerful over the next 16 years. There is a possibility of some problem with regards to his children in the times ahead. But professionally and individually, he's only going to be richer and more successful in this coming Jupiter major period than he has ever been in his life before. The story of the richest man in India is only gaining strength. And it would not surprise me if in the next 3 to 4 years, he actually becomes the richest man on the planet. Mr. Mukesh Ambani is a horoscope blessed by the gods. And I think it will be some time before such a powerful business horoscope is ever seen in this country again. Thank you for watching my video. It would mean a great deal to me if you click on the subscribe button below and also like this video. I would love to stay connected with you on Facebook as well, so please do go to my page, Rishi Vedic Astrology, to receive daily astrological updates over there. As always, I would love to hear from you. Your thoughts, comments, as well as any ideas you have about the sort of videos I should do ahead. Thank you once again for watching.